Hello guys, Omni here. We finally have our first official trailer for the new Candyman, starring Yahya Abdult-Mateen II, and returning in the role of Candyman, Tony Todd. The original movies I grew up watching. I grew up, I don't know how my mom let me do any of this stuff when I was a kid, but I grew up on these slasher movies, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and, you know, Candyman was one of those that creeped in as well, and it was such an iconic and visual film, and the way they kind of intertwined this history into the film itself was really intricate. I think honestly a lot of it was lost on me as a kid. I just liked that image of Tony Todd and the cloak and the bees and the hook hand and all of that. It stuck with you. And of course the Candyman. You know, I don't know. There's a lot of cool things about it, and I like that they're bringing back Tony Todd, and I'm curious to see how they thread those lines together to tie this into the originals. So let's not talk about it anymore, and let's check this trailer out. So here we go.
Candyman. The urban legend is, if you say his name 5 times while looking in the mirror, he appears in the reflection and kills you.
Who would do that?
Candyman. 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 Well, we're still alive. Let's go. Trina, you broke the door.
Oh, the bees.
This isn't funny!
I feel really connected to this neighborhood. Cabrini Green. It was a project. I just moved in around the corner.
The old candy factory.
I'm an artist.
You looking for Candyman? He's the monster that's part of this neighborhood.
Why are you drawn to this?
I'm hoping to spread the story all about Candyman. The mirror invites you to summon him.
I like that he's an artist.
Say his name. I dare you.
Candyman. Candyman.
And the works. I like
Candyman.
the pieces.
Don't say that.
Candyman.
I think I made a mistake. I brought him back.
Candyman isn't real!
Something's happening to me.
This song choice is interesting.
Purpose for you to be another one of his terrible stories.
I guess he found me. I am the writing on the wall. Be my victim.
This isn't real. It's not real.
Oh. Ah, it looks so good. I really like the production on it. I like the cast. I really like the visuals. They're not shying away from the gore. They're leaning into it. So I read the synopsis a little bit, and you know, he's an artist who kind of goes down this rabbit hole and becomes enthralled by the story of Candyman. And I guess walking those lines, uncovering and resurfacing these hidden folklore, I guess you would call it at this point, of that area, that town, that section of the city, resurrects Candyman, gives him power back, and is taking over Yahya in this, and kind of feeding through and carrying this on through him. Like the art itself, the act of creating the art itself, passes on this spirit and connection to him. Maybe I like it. I like the energy in it. I don't need to it's been a long time since I've watched any of the original films. I would say at least 15 years since I've actually sat down and watched one. I'm gonna have to get a refresher on this before June. I was excited to hear about this when they brought it up. Because anytime it was on, I would watch the film. I would watch it anytime I saw it on TV when I was a kid. And again, probably shouldn't have. It was definitely a parental misguiding. So, but I really liked them. And I'm curious to see. Are we only going to hear Tony Todd? We got it. I hope we see him. I want to see him. I'm intrigued by this for sure. So I want to know what you guys think. How familiar are you with Candyman? I'm not going to lie. A lot of the details are lost to the time, lost to time for me. Aside from but it's so many of the images just kind of stick in my head. From how he became Candyman to his past to some of the kills themselves, some of the things that the people he hunts or is summoned onto. There's a lot of images that still come into my mind from them, but it's the small details necessarily that I can't quite remember. But visually, I think this is going to nail it. I hope tonally it nails it, and I hope it takes it seriously enough to do this some good justice, because I think those were some great movies. It was a great character and a great commentary too from the times and what it was kind of doing there. And I think they can bring it back and nail this. They got a solid creative team behind it from what I've seen as far as credentials. So, and casts involved, producers involved, directors, writers, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully it all comes together and we get, see, this is another thing being resurrected, not necessarily a reboot, but still a continuation, but they're doing the kind of the same thing with the Saw franchise too here. And we had this revitalization of Halloween. I think has been some tasteful rebootquels come out here recently. So I've got some high hopes for Spiral. I enjoyed Halloween for what it was, and more looking forward to what they're going to do with the next two of those. And with the people behind this one, I want to see this one brought back to light, because I feel like Candyman is a little underappreciated when it comes to horror villains. He's such an icon. He really is. It's such a interesting and depth-filled character and lore to it. So what do you guys think of the trailer? What do you think about this going forward? What's your experiences and knowledge of Candyman, if any? Sound off in the comments. We'll have that conversation after the video. And if you like this video, support the channel, guys, by liking, commenting, subscribing, and tune in for more. And I appreciate everybody that's tuned in for this video. And but that's it for this. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.